So Solo Leveling is back. That is right, the legend Sung Jin-woo himself is back. And with the return of season 2 of the Solo Leveling manhwa, come back with a double release of chapters, just giving us Solo Leveling fans having double the content to enjoy. Hey guys, it's Mr. Miraie here and welcome back to another video. So Solo Leveling is one of my absolutely favorite manhwas out right now and has finally returned after season 1 of the manhwa ended earlier this year. This left a lot of us Solo Leveling fans scrounging around for some more of our favorite cool-headed main character Sung Jin-woo, especially as season 1 ended right at the time that most countries were having their lockdowns. But wait no more, as we get a double release of chapters with chapter 111 and 112 releasing simultaneously and chapter 113 as of recording this video, which has probably been the only bit of good news that has come out this year. Now it is quite normal for webtoons and manhwas to have seasons just like they have an anime, as the typical manhwa publishing cycle is around 1 week for every new chapter, and unlike manga where you're bound to see some that have update only monthly, as the manhwa's way of publishing favors manhwas that can produce more, as publishing platforms such as webtoons pay the creators by views and not sales, as there are no volumes of manhwa that go on sale physically like with manga. Anyway, getting back to the meat and potatoes of this video, which is the Solo Leveling chapter 111, 112 and 113. Now these chapters aren't exactly the most hype-inducing chapters, that is if you enjoy fight scenes, but if you're looking for some plot and character development, these latest chapters help set up the story for the chapters coming up. So chapter 111 starts off with introducing some characters we have never seen before, with introductions of the other monarchs such as the monarch of the frost, who appear to be searching for something called the fragment of a brilliant light in the east, alongside the fact that they know the Shadow Monarch is also present in the east. Now if you've read the web novel, you already know what they're referring to, but if you haven't, in chapter 80 to 90 I believe, somewhere in that range, during the fight in the A-rank dungeon, where he joined as a porter to the Hunters Guild B team, where we see during the conversation with the dungeon boss, he appears to recognize the magic that Sung Jin-woo was using and refers to him as the Shadow Mon, and then is unable to complete that word because the dungeon magic prevents him from doing so, which obviously means that Sung Jin-woo is the Shadow Monarch. This implies for our boy Sung Jin-woo is not known as yet. The chapter moves on and shows Sung Jin-woo defeating the B-rank dungeon boss, the one that he had previously entered in the end of the last season. We also see that the key he had obtained in the cursed random box has finally been unlocked after the Jeju Island raid, and it is the key to none other Kartinon Temple, which, if you don't remember, is the name of the double-layer dungeon where Jin had originally gotten his powers from. That's right, the key is for going back to the double dungeon and facing off against the same monsters that almost led him to losing his life. But it is what led him to getting this power as a player, and now the system wants him to go back to the place where it all started. Now while chapter 11 actually has some interesting and noteworthy plot progression points, chapter 112 and 113 take a slower pace and is really the starting point of what I think will be the main ship / couple of the manhwa, and that is Jin and Cha Hae-in. So in chapter 112 we have Hunter Hae actually approach Jin and want to enter his guild, which by the way is called Solo Play, which is a horrendously bad name for a guild and also sounds kinda sexual. Now I can't really show too many screenshots for copyright reason, but it's pretty obvious that Hunter Hae-in is actually is in love with Jin, or at least likes him in a way beyond friendship. Through everything that's happened, saving her guild, not having her repulsive hunter smell, and the fact that he saved her life and was the light in her darkness that saved her words, she has undeniably gained some feelings for our boy Jin. Unfortunately for her though, Jin is a typically incredibly dense main character who thinks that her blushing and her being slightly embarrassed about the reason to join this guild obviously means that she is scheming something. And by the way, her reason for joining is simply because she wants to be by his side until the end. I mean, does that not get more adorable and wholesome than that? I mean, not only is she extremely pretty, she's an S-rank hunter, which means she's extremely strong and also quite well off. I mean, what more could you want? But obviously Jin does not see this and decides that she has to undergo a test, which is to fight his strongest summon, and if she wins she can join. Now she obviously agrees to this and agrees to fight his strongest summon, and in chapter 113 he brings out Igris, which she absolutely dominates, and she doesn't have her full-on gear. She has a sword that she just borrows during the facility, and that's pretty much it. She dominates Igris and she's able to beat him, but she knows that Jin is hiding something. He knows that he took in Baru, which you don't know Baru is. He was a strong ant monster in the Jeju Island raid, into his summon, and she wants to fight that summon. Now again, because I took too long to record this video, chapter 114 has come out, and pretty much in that chapter she ends up fighting Baru, And in the beginning, Jin tells Beru not to kill her, not to harm her physically, and to not use too much power. But surprisingly, she's actually able to push Beru to his limits, where he activates his sort of killing intent, which means that he sees her as a threat. Now at this point, which means he's aiming to kill her, Jin is able to recognize the fact that he's gone off the edge and has to step in and stop them from fighting, because he knows if he did let her fight, she would be dead. Yeah, and obviously after this, we realize that she is obviously not as strong as Beru. I mean, she got her ass handed to her the last time he fought her, and even though they lose like the amount of like their strength goes down when they become summons, but the level he was at was much above other S-rank hunters. As soon as all happens, I mean, it's not that much like hype-inducing activity. I know a lot of people are mad like that there's romance in it. I don't get why. I mean, most like shonen or fighting type or fantasy type manhwas or mangas have romance in them. It's quite normal. But yeah, I'm actually liking the fact that there's some romance in it, because it's nice seeing some emotions with our cold-blooded MC here. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This is a solo leveling announcement / chapter recap video. If you guys want to see more videos about solo leveling, be sure to smack the like button down below, and also be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to get notified videos just like this. Guys, I'm Mr. Miraie, and I'll see you guys in the next video.